Five, four, three, two, one, zero, ignition.
Frugalpreneur.
Liftoff.
How to launch, manage, and market your online business for under $100 per month. Here's your host, Sarah St. John.
All right, and today we have Virginia from Mobile Monkey. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sarah. It's so great to be here.
And can you tell our listeners about a bit about Mobile Monkey?
Sure.
How you got started, why, how you help entrepreneurs.
Well, this is a great topic for me. I'm the marketing director at Mobile Monkey, and Mobile Monkey is a platform for marketers to create campaigns and chatbots on Facebook Messenger. The company was started in 2017 by Larry Kim. Larry Kim's got a reputation in the marketing industry for building really great software for marketers. And you might have heard of WordStream. WordStream is a platform for like Facebook and Google advertising. It helps you optimize your campaigns, research keywords, and do a lot of advanced things. And when he started that company, it was about a decade ago. He started himself out of a Panera Bread, and then last year it sold to Gannett Co., which is the parent company of USA Today, for over $150 million.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a great journey. He's a real visionary. He's kind of got a crazy thing for unicorns, and unicorns, apart from being a really fun metaphor and graphic element, it's a metaphor for things that are just really spectacular, like things that are like 10x, that are way above. So any campaigns that you run that are unicorns are or promotions or PR stunts, the things that get you like visibility, like the 90% of the return for like the 2 to 5% of their campaigns you do, that's a unicorn. Say all that as a way of explaining why he started Mobile Monkey. Mobile Monkey being a platform where you can build campaigns to market your business on Facebook Messenger, which is the #1 chat application in the US, #2 in the world. And it's second in the world only to WhatsApp, which is also owned by Facebook. So Facebook's really got the market covered in terms of chat applications. And he saw the trend, which we're really in the middle of today, which is that people are using their chat apps more than they're using social media. And if you think about your own like habits and behavior, I send, hundreds of messages a day across my chat apps. If it's like SMS or iMessages on my iPhone, if it's a Skype message, an Instagram DM, a Facebook Messenger DM, there's a Slack message, right? Like I'm plugged into like 10 different chat applications, and I definitely check them more than I check like Facebook or something like that. So we're in the middle of this communication shift. And it's all the more so if you look at all like, across generations, and it's really coming into its own right now. Like, is that your behavior at all? Do you use a lot of chat apps?
Yeah, actually, I use Facebook Messenger more than email, probably for communication with friends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think email marketing is still really important, of course, but I feel like Facebook Messenger marketing is probably, that and also text message marketing. I would say both of those are pretty much the future or where it's going because the click-through rate is so high. What have you seen as the average click-through rate with Mobile Monkey? Or Facebook.
It's so interesting that you bring up email, because I think that's what we've been using a lot as businesses in terms of like a way to kind of message in bulk our audience and grow our list. We're used to email, and just over the last decade, it's kind of just continues to decay in terms of open rates and click-through rates and that sort of thing. So the average open rate on email is like 20%. Click-through rate is like 2% in email. Whereas in Facebook Messenger today, we're looking at something like 60 to 80% for open rates and 20% or more for click rates. So it's like, 10x there in the engagement. Not only because we're using our chat apps all day to talk to our friends like you are, but there's notifications on our phone that kind of pop up. And then Facebook Messenger with its native, animated GIFs and emojis, it's just a lot more interesting than an email that's kind of like just talking at you. In Facebook Messenger, and you mentioned text message marketing as well, Facebook Messenger got an API. What changed the game, as a little background, is that Facebook released an API, which is basically a way for computers to talk to each other or something like that. It released this API that allowed developers to write software that interfaces with the Facebook Messenger application, which opened it up to the ability for people to program chatbots on the platform. And I should probably define what a chatbot is. A chatbot is some software that interfaces with the user or us people in a chat application. So, rather than the interface being like something visual, like maybe buttons or a web page or something like that, it's text that's in your chat app. And so you can program responses. You can basically give people directions or set up appointments or choose the right product for them, right? Based on questions and suggestions and program responses that help lead people kind of like a phone tree to the answer that they're looking for. So that is the magic of Facebook Messenger. People are using it more. It's super engaging. It's interactive. And it's easily programmable with a platform like Mobile Monkey, where you don't have to do any coding. So marketers can use it. Somebody like me, where I'm not a coder. I'm not able to, do anything kind of that's I'm not a developer, I should say. But if you can use something like an email marketing platform like MailChimp, then you can use a tool like Mobile Monkey, because it's just drag and drop widgets, and it kind of guides you through the process of creating these chatbots. You can do something like email marketing in the channel where people are really engaging today.
Yeah, and you mentioned that email has only about a 20% open rate and then a 2% click-through rate. So with messenger marketing, isn't it closer to 80%?
80% open rate and 20% click-through rate is very typical.
I've noticed, because when you send an email, well, first of all, it might end up in someone's spam folder.
Absolutely.
But even if
noisy there too.
But even if it doesn't, because I know that I get, I don't know, it's probably well over 100 emails a day, maybe more than that actually.
Sure.
And so, I mean, I either have to recognize the person, like it's someone I personally know versus a company or something, and or the subject line has to be so attention grabbing. I mean, because they literally have milliseconds to catch my attention before I just swipe and delete or whatever. I don't open most of my emails. So, but with Facebook, first of all, like you said, you get a notification, and there's that little 1 or 2 or however many messages you have. There's, well, I guess when you're on Facebook anyway, there's that. If you're just in the Messenger app, then I guess it's bolded or something like that. But so it's kind of always reminding you that you have a message to read if you haven't read it. And it is more interesting or entertaining, I think. I've gotten a few chatbot messages from different companies. It's not that common for them to send them out.
Right. It's not that common. It's only less than 1% of businesses are using automation in Facebook Messenger right now, which also represents an incredible opportunity for businesses who do want to become an early adopter and get all of those benefits of jumping into a market before everyone catches on to this.
Right, exactly. I was thinking that the other day because we're also used to email. We're just bored with it. But with Messenger, the majority of the people maybe on your list or whatever maybe have never gotten a chatbot message before or interacted with one. And they're going to be like, "Ooh, what is this? This is neat or interesting. What is this new thing?" And so it almost feels like you're above the curve or introducing something to them for the first time that they didn't even maybe know was existed, you know?
Yeah, you can totally stand out this way. I mean, in email, I'm just like you. I hand out my email like it's candy, right? Like I want to get, 15% off my first order. And so my email is just I've got promotions tabs that help filter messages from businesses. And it's a really crowded, noisy place in my inbox. And I kind of tune it out unless like you, I know the person who sent me the message. Whereas in Messenger, like it's not that. And the other thing about email is that you can buy email lists. You can put in a few different criteria and filters to find like people with certain job descriptions or workplaces, that kind of thing, and you can buy an email list. And that's another reason that like people get their hands on my email and maybe I didn't give it to them, or people sell my contact info to other businesses. So the thing about Messenger is there are safeguards against it. So the only way that somebody can get on your Facebook Messenger contact list is if they message you first. And that means that that means that I've asked for an interaction and want to have or learn more about a business. So that's another reason why I am much more receptive as a customer to getting messaging from that business.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. So, yeah, so if you message the business, they might be able to message you, but then what about if you're a fan of their page? Could they, and say you've never messaged them, could they message you with a chat bot just randomly or?
They can't.
Oh,
So
okay.
Facebook Messenger and Facebook pages, they're related because you need to have a Facebook page in order to have a Facebook business page bot. But liking a page isn't the way that you get on the Messenger contact list. The person has to send a message first. But there are a number of entry points that Facebook's created to create that first interaction with the bot. And the send message button on a Facebook page is one of them. The other way is you could embed your chatbot on your website. And if somebody sends you a message there, you know that chat on a website can increase conversions by 50%. If you think about it, I might send a message or want to hit that chat button in the bottom right corner because I don't know, do I need a size medium or a size large, and so, or do I want to make an appointment, but are you open on Saturdays, right? Like there's a lot of conversion bottlenecks that you can streamline by having chat on your website. And if you add a chatbot to do that kind of first line of manning the website chat questions, then you can automate it and you don't have to have like yourself or a live operator or somebody on your customer service team policing or not policing, managing that chat, answering those questions. Because what you will do is you'll program all of your frequently asked questions in there. And now your bot can respond to when somebody says directions and gives the directions or whatever it is, right? Can I help you? So if somebody messages your bot, say it's embedded on your website, that's another entry point into becoming a new Facebook Messenger contact. And there are I don't know, maybe 10 or so entry points that we call lead magnets in MobileMonkey.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask about the chat widget. I currently have a chat widget on my website, but it's not through Facebook, so that's good to know. So if I have a MobileMonkey Facebook chat widget on my website, for someone to message me there, would they have to currently be logged into Facebook, or how does that work?
There's going to be, I'm sure we're all probably familiar with Yeah, on your website, I saw that it had like a chat with me, but it looked like it was kind of like out of hours or something like that. It looked like it was disabled. Maybe you have it set to certain hours that somebody can message you. Is that the case?
Basically, I have to be like logged in. The name of it is Talk To, and I use it
Yeah.
because it's free. But
Uh-huh.
uh,
It says
for it,
offline right now. So you're
right.
offline. So I can send you a message. It says, enter your name, email, a message, and somebody will get back to you. That's
Mm-hmm.
cool. Okay. It's better than maybe not being able to have that quick contact route. So instead, what you do is you set up your chatbot to greet somebody and answer their questions. And it's in the same little spot in the bottom right hand corner. The person, in order to message you, will need to have a Facebook Messenger account, which basically just means that they need to sign into Facebook. And if they're logged in or if they're logged out, you can program what the different message says there. Like a logged out message might be, "How can we help? Just sign into Facebook and let's get started." Or logged in message might be like, "Let us know if you have any questions." So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually customizable.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to install that on my website and see how it does. Now, can you explain the difference? I was looking on y'all's website between a chatbot builder and a chat blaster.
The chatbot builder is the part of the tool where you're going to create and program the little dialogues that your chatbot will say. It might be somebody says, "Hi, what are your hours?" And you can respond back. So you'd write a little bot dialogue that says, "We're open Monday to Friday, 8 to 5." Right? Or what's your phone number? And then this is our phone number. So the chatbot builder is just basically the part of the platform where you write all your bot dialogue. What a chat blaster is part of the automation part of the platform. And by that, I just mean like it's the way that you reach people. Different automation tools in MobileMonkey include our chat blaster and our drip campaigns as well. Drip campaigns, if you're familiar with email marketing, are like scheduling messages that go out in a sequence, like a timed sequence, right? So somebody enters my audience of new customers, and then I send them a welcome message, and then I send them a follow-up maybe the day later to see like, did you have any questions that you've gotten started? And then maybe like, 10 days later, you send a survey to find out how they're doing. Something along those lines might be like a drip campaign. With the chat blaster, what you're doing is you're sending a message out to an audience of your Facebook Messenger contacts. You can create, so then there's another part of the platform that's your audience builder. And if you're familiar with email marketing platform, it's all kind of the same, right? You've got your campaigns that you might send out to some bulk list, and you've got your audience builder where you take all your contacts and you can filter them based on different criteria. And you've got your automations builder where you can create like drip campaign sequences for different audiences. And chat blasting is pretty much the crown jewel of Facebook Messenger marketing. It's when you take what you've done to grow your contact list, get new subscribers, and grow your leads, basically. And it's when you send your messaging out to them. So you might, one of the great things about Facebook Messenger marketing is you learn a lot about your contacts just out the gate with Facebook, because Facebook has so much data about us as users, right? Like where we are, what language we speak, our gender, our name. Obviously, it has an email that's connected to our Facebook account, and all of this it gives to us as businesses. So that's kind of neat thing about Facebook Messenger. It's instant lead capture and a lot of relevant information about our customers or our prospects. So what we do with all that information and other questions that we ask is we get to learn about our customer. Say maybe somebody chats us on our website and says, "Hey, I want to know if you have this thing in the red widget," right? You can save that to their customer profile And now you know that they like the red widget. Say the red widget goes on sale. You can say, hey, we have a sale on the red widget. And now that's the chat blast feature. You take information that you know about your audience and you send them relevant offers and messaging through a chat blast. Explained that.
Yeah, that does make sense. That's a good idea. That the fact that you can send out chats without someone having to message you first. Of course, like you said, they have to message you first at some point. But then, a month later or whatever, if you're having a sale or whatever it might be, and then they can just blast that out. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then I was looking on the website and it says you can turn the bot over to a live chat, like to where an actual person is responding. So how does that work?
This is something that I think a lot of businesses want the ability to have, which is a person that can step in at any time when the chatbot either doesn't have that answer, because creating a chatbot that has answers to everybody's questions is something that just happens over time. I recommend that you take a list of your frequently asked questions, something that you probably intuitively know what a lot of the common questions people will ask. You can also talk to maybe whoever else is on your team and say, like, brainstorm and all come together and get this list together. You can also maybe look at your website search if you have something like that. Or what Mobile Monkey is really awesome at is it will tell you all the unanswered queries that people have. So once you get your bot up on your website, or even it doesn't need to be on your website, it can be anywhere, it can be from your Facebook page. But once your bot is active, people will start typing things to it. And whenever Mobile Monkey or your bot doesn't have an answer to that, it will save that for you and you can start programming answers for it. So I guess I'm just trying to explain that it's like an iterative process. Like it's always growing. Your bot is always maturing in terms of how much it knows about your business and how to serve your customers, that kind of thing. But there will be times when your bot doesn't have the answer for somebody and you want it to be able to flag you to say, hey, step in. So, Sarah is looking for an answer and collected the info from her so that you can go ahead and follow up. So there's a couple of ways that this live operator takeover process happens. One, you might have the Facebook pages or I think it's the Facebook pages app on your website or on your phone. And you might be getting notifications when somebody messages your Facebook page. And you can just keep an eye on it, on the conversation. And if the bot is answering the questions properly, then you don't have to step in. But if it looks like you want to jump into the conversation, you can always take over at any time. Just start chatting, whether at your computer or you're on your phone or anything like that. And then the bot will turn off itself as soon as you start talking. And it will switch off for 10 minutes. Well, it will switch off as long as you're talking. And then once the conversation stops for 10 minutes, it will turn back on. So that's one way that you can jump in and take over. And another way you can jump in and take over is you can program a little sequence where it will give you like an email alert, somebody looking for help. So for instance, what I would suggest is you program a response for the word help. Okay, because it's basically like keyword triggers. Like you come up with you use the chatbot builder to say, this is what you should do when somebody says home, you should go back to the start of the menu. Or when somebody says help, then you should tell them like, hey, I'm just a bot, but if you want some help, fill out this form. And then you can put a little form that will ask them their name and their email or their phone number, whatever their preferred way to get in touch is. And maybe leave a little message too, like, what can we help you with? Let us know and we'll follow up. And then you can send that info to yourself with an email. You just tell the bot where to email it to. And that's the email alert widget. The email widget is super duper powerful, and it does come with the pro version of Mobile Monkey. Everything we've talked about to this point, though, has been possible in our free version, free plan. And so this is the first feature that you've hit on that is part of the kind of advanced feature set.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask about that. So with the free plan, as I understand it, you can, because I actually have multiple business Facebook pages. And so you could have it on multiple pages, whereas the Pro plan, it's per Facebook page?
You can only have one bot connected to one Facebook page, but you can have an unlimited number of bots and pages, right? So can you tell me a couple of your different Facebook pages that you have?
Let's see. I have the Frugalpreneur one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have one, well, I have a personal page, but then I also have a business page for basically my author page for Sarah St. John. And then I have one for a couple of my products, which are Sightseam and Social Sharks. And then I also have one for my travel agency, Palm Tree Travel and Tours. So I think I have like 5.
Yeah, you wouldn't, right? You wouldn't necessarily want the same bot for all those businesses. They're all going to need to have their own kind of like FAQs, and they all appeal to different audiences. So you would just hook up a new free account to a Facebook page. It's basically one-to-one. One free account goes to one Facebook page. Same thing is true of the Pro. One Pro account goes to one Facebook page. And the reason that you kind of have unlimited pages with the free account is just because you create a new free account.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, I mean, I understand obviously you wouldn't want the same bot for all the different Facebook pages, but I wasn't sure if you could connect multiple Facebook pages to one account, but have different bots for each page. But I guess that's not possible then.
It's, it's just the one account, one bot, and one page.
Okay.
And that's why you just create a new free account. You know what I mean?
Okay. So that makes more sense, because I was like, why do you get as many as you want on the free plan, but then the Pro plan, you have to pay for each one? It didn't make sense, but now it does, because you can only have one bot per page. So, okay, that makes sense.
There is, if you are looking for advanced features and you're looking to probably get you have like a handful of Facebook pages, you'll want to do the math to see if you want to get individual Pro plans for each page, or if you want to get the team plan with unlimited pages. So there is a way that you can do at a certain point, it makes sense, right? Because if you're paying the regular price for Pro plan, right now, we're just about to release a brand new pricing tier. I'm nervous to talk about it, but we're coming up with a new pricing tier plan where it'll be $19 for a Pro plan. So, and I don't know off the top of my head what the agency pricing is, but say it was $150 for unlimited pages versus $20 for Pro pages, then I'm not good at math, but if you get 8 Pro pages, then now you would want to get into the unlimited team plan, right?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then what do you integrate with? Because I just see WordPress, but what if someone has one of those drag and drop builders versus a WordPress site?
You can embed your chatbot on any website. And I would usually recommend people use Google Tag Manager. When somebody gets to that point where they want to embed their website or their chatbot on their website, Mobile Monkey, you can do it on any kind of website, Wix or Squarespace or whatever you have. WordPress, we have a plugin, so that's super easy. It's free to use the plugin to add it to your website, but there are various methods. The help docs kind of help walk you through it, and we have a great community called Mobile Monkey Island on Facebook, where we all just kind of like jump in with answers to questions or our own questions, running campaigns by people to get feedback and kind of collaborate on things. And I definitely think that obviously I'm biased, but it's a super community, Mobile Monkey Island. Look for it on Facebook and we'd love to have you.
Okay. And also, I was going to ask about webinar registration and survey and all these different things you can do through the chatbot. So say it's a webinar registration, then would that integrate with whoever you're doing webinars through, or?
Yes, totally. You've just hit upon a number of use cases for your chatbot that are really great for lead gen, right? So bots can be used for like pretty much every industry. You mentioned you'll have a travel agency, which is pretty cool. We were talking about webinars, right? So for lead gen events like this, where you kind of are trying to attract new leads by providing really great content and great value and teaching and education, what you can do is you can use your bot to do the sign up process. And I would highly recommend this because in my experience and other case studies I've seen, it not only increases signups, but it also increases that attendance. So I'll tell you a little bit about that. You would integrate your chatbot with whatever your webinar platform is, whether it's Zoom or GoToMeeting or whatever you're using. And that is something that you do with a connections widget. We are approved Zapier application. So it's really, really easy to do if you've ever used Zapier or know of it, or if you haven't even. It's basically like glue for different web applications. It will port data from one application and it will put it into another so that you can connect your different like systems that you're using. So in this case, you'd take Mobile Monkey, you would use the chatbot builder, you would add a form or a question widget. You would ask people for their name. Well, you don't even have to ask for their name because Facebook already knows their name and it's already put that into your contact database. But you might ask them to confirm their email address, the one they prefer, right? And this is another awesome thing. Facebook knows what their email address is. So you can pre-populate that information in your question in the chat. And you can say like, would you like to sign up for the webinar on May 10th. Awesome. Go ahead and tell us what your preferred email is, or click it below and you can see that my email is sitting right there. Okay, I'll tap that. And then it's like, all right, you're signed up. So because of that really low friction experience for signing up, people are more likely to sign up for your event because they don't have to go through any kind of cumbersome form. That they can just hit the back button or close the window and abandon. And you can also send a reminder to their phone 15 minutes or an hour before it's about to start. And then let them know that it's starting. Here's the link. Because it's not buried in an inbox and maybe not right in front of them, they're a lot more likely to attend the event. So that's why it increases your webinar signups and also it increases your attendance. And then so use the bot builder to collect all that. And then you add the little glue between Mobile Monkey and your webinar platform. And now they're signed into your webinar platform. And that's the magic.
So can it integrate with pretty much anything via Zapier?
Yeah.
And then can you even include like PDFs or downloads or anything digital through the chatbot or?
Yeah, totally. And in a few different ways. You can include an attachment. Say you want to have like a download or PDF, that kind of thing. So you can include an attachment. You just say, hey, do you want our new report on the state of red widgets? And they said yes. So they'll tap the button that you've pre-populated there that says yes. And then you're like coming right up and you can send over a PDF. Or another option is you can have a little button that links to maybe Google Drive or something where you've got it hosted, or where they can just download it from there. So you asked about links as well. How do you link to different assets, maybe your website or your blog or a product that you've got a sale on or something like that. And you can use a few different kinds of buttons. You can use something that's really visual and interesting to look at, like a gallery or a list. There's a lot of ways that you can create kind of interactive experiences, different options for people to visit different assets that you've got. And it always looks good on the Messenger app or in the Messenger desktop experience, because unlike websites where you have to have something that's mobilely responsive or mobile friendly, which comes with a lot of complexity because people might have their screens zoomed in, or they might not be using a standard window size, or any number of reasons why it can be a challenge to have a mobile friendly website experience, Messenger is always Messenger, and it will always have text and it'll always have buttons this way, and it's just like infinitely more mobile friendly and predictable. I would definitely encourage people, after I've talked y'all's ear off about chatbots and tried to describe the experience, I think there's nothing like actually experiencing it. So if you go to mobilemonkey.com, and you'll find some, like, try this bot out yourself. And we do have a sample webinar that you can sign up for, and as well as a survey. A customer survey is another really fun application for this, because people are more likely to just tap a couple of buttons in Messenger and give you really valuable feedback than they are to, get an email. You might lose them in the email. Open that survey up. They have to type out a bunch of stuff. And it's anonymous. Usually surveys are usually anonymous, whereas in Messenger, you don't even have to tell them we're collecting who you are. You don't have to ask them who they are, because it's already part of their contact profile. So now you can tie the information that they give you to who they are. Maybe you want to follow up with them, find out more. Maybe now you know that they really like bananas, and you can tell them all about your banana promotions.
That kind of ties in with Mobile Monkey. I'm on your website right now, and I'm looking at a picture of a monkey hanging from a tree with a banana. So,
oh, well, perfect.
So I think I have one more question, and that's about the Facebook Messenger ads.
Do you ever run Facebook ads?
Yes, I do.
One of the things that I also do, and over the years, we've seen Facebook ads getting more and more expensive because the competition is increasing. Facebook's running out of inventory. There's a number of reasons. In fact, in the last year, the cost of the CPMs on Facebook ads increased on average like 122%, which is crazy if you think about it. And it just keeps going up. So what's a great opportunity right now for Facebook advertisers is to go ahead and give a test to what it's called click to messenger ads. And you can Google that, or you can look it up on the Mobile Monkey site as well. And what the user experience is. First of all, the ad looks the same. It's, you put it in the news feed, or you put it in the Instagram feed, or you put it in stories. It's the placement and the creative are going to be like any other Facebook ad that you've run. But when somebody clicks that call to action button that you place, they go into your Messenger experience. So rather than maybe a website landing page, where you're going to ask them to kind of convert from your website, what you're doing is you're sending them into Messenger, where you're going to have a conversation. So this is more so top of funnel, if you can think about it that way. But it's finding leads at the top of the funnel and creating a relationship so that you can continue to nurture that relationship with follow-up messaging, learning more about who they are, what they need, and then sending the right offers at the right time. You asked about what the cost of something like Facebook click to messenger ads, and they're just like a fraction of the cost. Like, we are running Facebook Messenger ad campaigns right now, and our new conversations started are like between $3 and $5 to people who are highly, highly relevant to our audience. If you compare that to a traffic or a conversion campaign, our traffic campaigns, we're also paying $3 to $5 per click. And if you multiply that out, every website visitor, once you're on my website, you convert around 2 to 3% of the time. So we might get 2 or 3% of visitors to our website to fill out our form and become a contact in our database. You multiply that out, it's like maybe $200, $250 a lead versus $3 for that same lead, except instead of me collecting that email address and putting them in my contact database, now I've got their contact information in my Facebook Messenger database. And which is more valuable? First of all, we talked about the difference of how much I'm paying for that lead. And then also now I can send follow-up messaging through Messenger rather than through email, where things are infinitely more engaging and get a much higher open rate and click-through rate.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, I've seen when I do ads, I've seen where that's an option, but I didn't know you could connect like a bot to it. Okay. Well, I'm going to do that then.
Exciting. Yeah, I'm happy to help you with it. And I've written so many tutorials on it as well. So it's kind of a really, and that's how we run all our Facebook Messenger our Facebook ad campaigns. For the last pretty much 8 months, we've really switched over completely, because it really makes a lot of sense financially. The cost per lead there, it's all the same targeting for your audience, ability to find, who you want to talk to. But then it's like so much more valuable to continue to have conversations that are interactive, that are two-way, where I'm collecting information about them and they're telling me what they need. It's a lot more dynamic than email. And it's kind of just the trend now, right? So if you take advantage of this now, this opportunity before most of the world is caught on, there's a lot of first mover advantage that you can.
Yeah, I've definitely learned a lot, and I hope that our listeners have as well. So I appreciate your time today and answering all my many questions. Is there anything else that you wanted to discuss, or?
It was really my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me, Sarah. I think this is such a great topic. The way to kind of run your business on less than $100 a month and bootstrap it and find the best tools. And Mobile Monkey is free, so we have a free plan. And I did mention like a whole bunch of pricing tiers that were all being released, but the free plan is always going to be there. We guarantee that we'll always have that free plan. So give it a shot and see what you think, and see how it compares to your other marketing channels, and if you think this is right for you. It's been really awesome to be able to share all this with your listeners. Thank you, Sarah.